Good morning, everyone. I wanted to do something a little different today, or at least I wanted to start with something a little different today. Some people have asked me what program I'm following, or how am I figuring out what I eat, or how much to eat, and all that stuff. And I figure I'd take today as an opportunity to tell you a little bit about that. So I am trying to focus more on general health as opposed to only the weight loss. But of course, eating, it's a big part of this. And so one of the main things that I'm doing is in trying to figure out what to eat is I'm using a device called Lumen. And basically, this is what it looks like. So this Lumen device is interesting because basically you're supposed to breathe through it. And as you do, it's supposed to measure the amount of CO2 in your breath. And based on that, determine if your metabolism is burning carbs for energy or fat for energy. And so ideally, you want to have what they call metabolic flexibility, so that when you do eat carbs, it's using those carbs for energy right away, and it's not storing them as fat for later on. And then as you go through the carbs, get right back to fat burn, and that obviously aids in weight loss and all that. So every morning, before I eat anything or drink anything, one of the first things that I do is take a measurement with this. So I'm going to show you exactly what I do. I open this app, the Lumen app, and automatically tells me that I need to check in. So turn it on. It recognizes it, and we get started. Take a seat and relax. I'm ready. And here we go. All right. Sometimes I run out of breath and can't fill the whole thing, but okay, so it is telling me that I'm burning both carbs and fat, which means that I am not in what they call fat burn. That's the ideal situation, is either getting a 1 or a 2. I'm a little surprised, honestly, that I'm getting a 3, because I was under my carbs for yesterday. Yesterday was a very good day. And so getting a 3, it's not the end of the world. But so this, takes a reading, and then based on this, and it knows what I ate yesterday because I logged all my macros and my food. Based on this, then hit next. I tell it when I ate my last, it was early evening. And then, like yesterday I got a 1. What the fuck is going on with this 3? But anyway, so our metabolism has one main job: to convert food and drink into energy. So it's creating the plan, and it tells me, okay, it's a low carb day. Now, of course, it's low carb because my measurement was a little bit higher. Maybe if it had been a 1 or a 2, then it would tell me like, okay, you can consume a little more carbs. Because it's always trying to find that balance between making sure that you're not eating too many carbs, but also that you are having enough. So it tells me it's a low carb day, and it shows me, I can look at this, what the full plan is. So it's a low carb day, the recommended carbs, and it gives me the amounts that I should do for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. Now, I used to have this in portions, so it would just tell you like the portions, but I've been wanting to be a little more precise with what I'm doing, and so I switched it to grams so that we would have exactly what it is that we're doing. So, I'm so annoyed about the three. Some of you have also said that measurements get annoying, and it really does, because if it's all good, then you get a little, high, and then if it's not, then it hurts a little bit, but it's the name of the game. So, based on this, then I'll try to figure out like what to eat, and so we go from there. But so this just tells us, what it says today's macros in grams. So one carb portion is about 15 grams, and it gives you some ideas as to like what you can have. They also have like, and we can look at those later, but it also has like a guide for what foods to eat for each category and stuff like that. I'm not really following that much. I have my own foods that I'm eating, but basically this is how I every morning figure out what it is that I'm going to be eating today. Not really counting the calories, just trying to count the macros. And I'm trying to stay under for the carbs and try to meet the protein and fat intake. So for example, yesterday I had a little bit over in protein, a little bit over in fat, but just about, and then a little under in carbs, which is why I'm kind of annoyed about the measurement today. And so yesterday, woke up with a 1, before eating had a 1, before sleeping I had a 2. So why in the hell I have a 3 today, I don't know. But like they say here, metabolism is a complex process, and sometimes these things happen. So, all right, let's get to breakfast and keep going with our day. Okay, I couldn't help myself. It didn't make a lot of sense, and so to have that reading. So, I did sort of run out of breath at the end, and I was thinking that I was a little distracted. I didn't take enough of a breath in, and then, like that can affect the measurement a little bit. So I went ahead and did it again, and this is what we got. Let me just show you guys. Yeah, I got a 1 now. So I'm guessing it was, not taking the right measurement, so kind of running out of breath might have that effect. So now this kind of changes things. So now I did get a 1. I'm burning mainly fat. And so it regenerates the nutrition plan, right? So now we have a 1 for yesterday and a 1 for today. And you notice that this looks a little different because I'm getting too many fat burning days in a row, I guess. And they just want to make sure when you do that, when you have that, they want to make sure that your metabolism is being flexible, that it's not just entirely in fat burn, but it is burning carbs. So it does this where I take one measurement and then they're going to ask me throughout the day to eat at least 4 portions of carbs, so at least 60 grams of carbs, and take a measurement after eating to make sure that my body is, switching to. So we'll keep that. So it says it's a boost day. Today's all about getting your body to burn carbs. Fat usage is 1 and 2. Carb usage is 3, 4, and 5. See your metabolic flexibility in action. Teach your body to shift from burning fats to burning carbs, which is all key for optimal metabolic health. So start your day. And we'll see, because so it's going to increase our carb So you see now, went all the way from 135 to 270. This is the kind of thing about measurements. They're not perfect, and it's important to keep that in mind. You know, it's a suggestion. I would say stronger than a suggestion. I am following this. I'm using this as a way to follow it. What am I saying? I am using this to figure out like what to do, but there's always, you know, there can always be user error, as you see. And so now that we have a boost day, we have a lot more carbs that we can eat. And it says eat at least 60 grams of carbs to reach carb burn, and be sure to measure 1 to 2 hours later. So we'll see. Yeah, we got a 3 at 9:41 a.m. and the retake at 9:47 was a 1. So we'll measure throughout the day and figure out if my body's doing what it's supposed to. All right, see you in a bit. Okay, so we're gonna try to make a nutritious breakfast that it's a little bit higher in carbs. And again, you know, I just want to reiterate that sometimes there's user error, and these things that we use for measurements are not perfect. And so if you have a feeling that something isn't quite right, then it's just better to try it again, especially with the Lumen. If you're running out of breath before you do the full measurement, that can affect the results. And so that's why I did it again. But yeah, it's very difficult to strike a balance between you know, using measurements to dictate, but at the same time also following your instinct a little bit and doing what feels right. And so, but anyway, so for this, we're gonna see how much we have in cherries, because we might not have a full serving. And that is 97. So 97 is what we got. And then we're gonna do the rest in strawberries. So let me just update the cherries. It's not a full serving, but 97 grams. So now we're gonna do 250 grams of strawberries. Let's get it. 64, 89, 150, 200, 250. Look at that. Wow. Amazing. All right, let me blend these guys to make room for the other ingredients, and I'll be back. Okay, the first thing that we're gonna add to this, which is already now looking quite full, is the gluten-free powder from Huel, which is, again, like we talked about yesterday, nutritionally complete. And we need to do 35 grams. Let me get a scoop. And we're doing this, the regular powder, which is a little bit higher in carbs than the Black Edition Huel, which is higher in protein. And we're doing 35 grams of this. So let's see, 25, 34, 35. Okay. That's good. And then we are doing, let's see, we are adding the Flexi Joints, which is just the joint supplement that I'm using to help with mobility and just joint health in general. And this guy is supposed to be 5 grams. Yeah, one serving is 5 grams. Perfect. Okay, now the next thing that we're doing is the Daily Super Blend, and we're also doing 30 grams of that. And this just has, also from Huel, but a bunch of nutritious superfoods. So let me see. Oh, I hate these scoops. 30 grams. 22. 25. Come on. 27, 28, 30. There you go. And yeah, let me mix this because now we're getting to the point where this might be a little too full. All right, I'll be back. Okay, this is looking a little full, but we gotta add a few more things. So we're adding 10 grams of the complete protein. So let's zero this baby out. And we're doing 10 grams? Yeah, 10 grams. That's good. And this is just basically like a protein shake, also from Huel. It's vegan, but it's supposed to have a nutritionally complete protein profile. 5 grams of this cocoa powder from Blueprint. Zero it out. 5 grams, right? 4. Come on. 5, there we go. Let me bury this baby in there. And then, let's see, 10 grams of the MCT powder. So let's zero this out. Yikes. 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I hate it when that happens. I don't like powder everywhere because then I feel like I'm cleaning all the time. And then last but not least, we're adding 20 grams of honey because we gotta get those carbs in. So zero this baby out and let's go. About 10, 20, perfect. Okay, so now I'm gonna mix this all up and we'll take a look at the numbers. Okay, well, here we are. Got a big ass shake and let's look at the numbers. So this shake has 553 calories. We get 72 grams of carbs, 32 grams of protein, and 16 grams of fats. So this is over what they suggest. So they say eat at least 60 grams of carbs and then make sure to measure 1 to 2 hours later. So we're gonna have this and then we're gonna measure this in a little while. Make sure that we're burning carbs. And yeah, we'll see if my metabolism is doing what it's supposed to be doing. So let's get breakfast done and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, so here we go. It's been about an hour and 40 minutes since I finished breakfast. And we're gonna take another lumen measurement and see what it says. Now, I also, as you can see, did my workout. So don't know if that's gonna impact it, but we'll see. So we go here, after eating. Did you eat at least 60 grams of carbs 1 to 2 hours ago? If you did, we'll add this to your boost day measurement. Yes. and it was breakfast. We go next, turn on the lumen, and let's go.
Inhale deeply through your lumen.
Oh, see, I messed up. There's always a little bit of user error.
Inhale deeply through your lumen. Hold your breath. Exhale in 3, 2, 1.
All right. Let's see what we got. So we should be in carb burn, ideally. And we're not. Okay, you're burning fat. So this is, usually what we want to see in the morning, but not what we want to see. It could also be because I did the workout, but we'll see. It's common for the body to take time to shift to using carbs. With each boost day, you'll become more flexible. Okay. All right. We'll see. Take another measurement a little bit later on, but this is just so you get an idea of how these things usually come. All right. See you in a bit for lunch. Well, I have taken a shower and it's been a little bit longer. So now we're gonna take one more measurement before lunch and see what it says. So we go there. Before eating, we turn this baby on. We sit and relax.
Inhale deeply through your lumen.
Here we go.
Hold your breath. Exhale in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, come on. This thing, it happens quite a bit. There's user error a lot of the times. Okay, let's try again.
Inhale deeply through your lumen. Hold your breath. Exhale in 3, 2, 1.
Whew, run out of breath a little bit there at the end. And let's see what this says. There we go. We got a 3. Oh, I didn't record this. Let's see. Is it showing? Yeah. We got a 3. So technically, we are in carb burn. So now let's make lunch and see what's up. And then a couple hours after lunch, we'll take another measurement and you know how it goes. All right, see you in a bit. Okay, time for lunch. And again, we gotta meet at least 60 grams of carbs. So we're gonna have one of these instant noodle cups, also from Huel. It's basically like a ramen, like one of those instant cup ramen noodles. But again, this is supposed to be nutritionally complete. We're gonna have this. We're gonna have some chicken, and that didn't quite get me to the 60 grams, so we're gonna add a little bit of honey. You know, spicy. These are like spicy noodles with a little bit of honey. You know, that'll get us our carb intake for this. So we're doing 150 grams of chicken. And so let's see what that is. 150. Okay.
And this is the chicken that I cooked in advance. I believe it was last Saturday. So I'm a bit afraid that I made too much chicken, and now I'm gonna have to freeze some of it or risk it going bad. So 136, 155, yeah, let's call it 155. And then we're doing, what is it? 10 grams of honey. We're going for 155 to 165. $63, and that's probably going to end up being 65. Yep, there we go. 165, and we're going to cook it with this guy. Going to do it in the stovetop. This is what it looks like. Then I'll be back and we'll take a look at these numbers. Now, while that is cooking, we're going to do our daily greens. Forgot them this morning. They add a little bit of carbs also, and I mix them with a flavored seltzer, but this is still like no calories, no sugar, no anything, because it does help a little bit with the taste. The taste isn't bad, but then after you had like a certain amount, I don't know, it doesn't, not the most pleasant. So we're supposed to do 15 grams of this guy. Oh, and I hate it when the powder goes outside. $15, there you go. Really hate it. Okay, I'm gonna leave the scoop outside so that we can wash it and we stop getting this powder all over the fucking place. All right, let me see how our little concoction is going over there, and I'll be back. Okay, and here we go. This is what our little noodle soup thingy looks like. It smells delicious. So let's take a look. We got one serving, so 1 cup of the instant cup thingy from Huel, 150 grams of chicken, 10 grams of honey, and the daily greens that I just drank. I forgot to film. Just chugged it because this will give us 790 calories, 72 grams of carbs, 61 grams of protein, and 29 grams of fat. And with this, we're about halfway for our carbs and a little bit over for protein and fat. Now, today I have a birthday to go to, and it's a dinner out, so no way around that. But hopefully I'll be able to just meet my protein and fat and still stay under for carbs. So do my best to document, and we'll figure out the macros for that, and we'll get a final tally later on. I'll try to measure in like an hour and a half or an hour or two to see if we're still in carb burn. So, all right, see you guys. Okay, well, it's been a little over an hour since we finished lunch, so it is time to take another lumen measurement and see if we are in carb burn. So we go here, we go after eating. Did you eat at least 60 grams of carbs? Yes, and that was lunch. So let's do this. Let me take this here, make sure that nothing is impeding my, okay, turn it on. Okay, let's do this.
Exhale in 3,
Fasting for too long may prevent fat burn. The body can enter stress mode instead. They always have these little like tidbits of information. No, come on. Come on, carb burn. Now that we want you, where are you? Okay. Well, it is what it is. We have gotten, we did get a 3 this morning, then a 3 before eating, but now this boost measurement is still a 2. Well, it is what it is. We're trying to get there, so it doesn't always work the way that we want it to. But this is what we got. Yeah. We'll take more measurements tonight before we go to sleep. I might try to have a little more carbs at dinner, maybe, to see if we can get that. I don't know. We'll see. All right. See you guys in a little bit. I just got back from dinner, and things are a little weird, I guess. Let's talk about it for a moment. When we were getting to dinner, I started feeling a little out of it, just like a little tired and just kind of out of it. And then dinner was fine, and we'll get into what I ate in a minute. But as I was eating dinner, as I was starting to finish dinner, I felt like, this is pretty good. Like, I don't have that like overly full feeling. Like, I feel like I had enough, and this is pretty good. And, like maybe I don't have to feel like I'm gonna explode every time, like just like overstuffed myself. And I was feeling pretty good about that. And then something weird happened, because as soon as I was done with dinner, the cravings kicked in, like bad. Like I just wanted to eat everything, but like bad. And it just, I didn't, but it was weird because it hasn't happened yet. This is the first time. And this is the first time actually that I was out at a restaurant. Like the other times that I've eaten food from outside, I either brought it in or like we were at someone's house or something like that. But this is the first time that we were at a restaurant, and oh man, I was really feeling it. Like I was feeling so cravey, and also feeling like I wanted to eat more. I even have a slight headache. I don't know, it's weird. So let's get into this. I did have a beer, and I checked beforehand, and this beer had 14 grams of carbs. So that counts as 1 serving of carbs, and that was good. That was fine. And then I had this crab meat, sort of in like a butter. I don't even know if it's a butter sauce. It's just butter. And then as sides, I had a little bit of fries. Well, more than a little bit. I had fries and broccolini. So I did some, approximations here. And so the beer for the French fries, it's about 3 servings of carbs. It's like a medium serving of fries. About 3 cups of the crab meat and like 3 tablespoons of butter. The broccolini, but Lumen doesn't count broccolini or any non-starchy vegetables as part of your like carb allowance. You're allowed to eat as much as you want of those non-starchy veggies. And then a little bit of ketchup with the fries and a little bit of cocktail sauce with the crab. So what I estimated for this meal is 1,220 calories, 76 grams of carbs, 74 protein, 56 grams of fat. So now what we're gonna do is take a reading to see if the beer and the fries can get my body in carb burn. So we went over on fat, like almost by half, and went a little bit over in protein for today. But we're still under for carbs. So Let's take a reading and see what we're doing. It's been, a bit of over an hour before since we finished dinner. So let's see. Let's go in here. After eating, did you eat at least 60 grams of carbs 1 to 2 hours ago? Yes. Dinner. Last chance, guys. Come on. Let's do this. Turn it on. Let's go. Here we go. Let's do it. We got this. We got this. Carb burn. Come on. You gotta want it. You gotta want it.
Exhale in 3, 2, 1.
Ooh, yeah, I got a headache. All right, let's see it. Come on. Go up, go up. Yeah, baby. Carb burn. You reach carb burn. You're burning both carbs and fat. You're metabolically flexible. It's great to see your body burning the carbs you ate for energy instead of storing it as body fat. Bam, baby. Okay, so that was the goal for today. We wanted to get my body into carb burn. And then, of course, tomorrow I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be like a 5. Instead of going back to a 1, it's going to be a fucking 5. But such are my perils. Anyway, so this is the first time that I'm having alcohol. So I had that beer. And yeah, just I feel weird. Like my head hurts a little bit. And we'll see what happens tomorrow with my weight and with the Lumen. But basically, this was a full day of Lumen and seeing how it just, tracking your metabolism, or at least getting an idea of what it's doing, can help guide. And that's why I'm using it. But I feel like, I never give it much thought most of the times. And then today it was, I feel like it malfunctioned. Like I hadn't run out of air in a long time while doing this. But I don't know, maybe because the camera was on, I was a little nervous or just more aware of it. And so, but I'm glad you guys got a chance to see it. We'll do it again. And, you'll get to see the whole process at some point again in the future. But yeah, good day today. The final tally for nutrition, we did 2,565 calories. We were under for carbs, over for protein and fat, but it's still fine for the most part. So I'm gonna count this as a win. All right, see you tomorrow.